Welcome to GeorgeWay mathTV.
Polynomial long division. So whenever you've been asked to divide, right? That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna use the long division to do it and be able to figure out what the quotient and the remainder is as you're being asked to find. So you probably say, so what am I really gonna do here? Well, when you see this, the first thing you should always be checking is check all these right here. So you see how this is x squared? If it was x cubed, right, it should keep reducing. So from x cubed, it should be x squared and then x, and after x, the next one would just be a number. Here you see like that. After x, the next one is just a number. So if it was x5, the next one is x4, x3, x2. So you should always be checking that. And the one that is missing, all you're gonna have to do is what? Put 0 for that. So I'm just gonna give you an example real quick. Let's say they give you 5x3 plus 2x plus 23 divided by x plus 3. What I mean is, you see how it's made from x3, it should be x2, right? So you're gonna have to rewrite the question. 5x cubed, because it jumped to x, put 0 x squared, and now you put what you have, the 2x plus 23 divided by x plus 3. So that's the first thing you should always be doing. So once you check that, then you do your long division and use that long division again to find what your quotient and the remainder is. You're probably saying, alright, I know all the rules and everything. You told me it's a long division. But how am I really going to use that long division to find the quotient and the remainder? George, please show me. Alright, so looking at this right here, first, this is in the right order. From x2, I have x1, or just x, and then a number. X, and then a number. That's good. So now, if I'm being asked to divide these two, when it comes to these, I know I have to use the long division to be able to figure out what the quotient and the remainder is. And the long division is going to be like that. Always the second one here comes outside. So I'm going to have my x plus 3 outside. And then this right here, the first one always comes inside, right? So I know I'm going to have my 5x squared plus the 22x plus 23. And then I'm going to have to do it this way. I start with the first one. I take this and then I divide by that first one. So let me just do it on the side. So again, I took the first one here, which is what, 5x squared, and then I divide by this first one, which is x. Now this is what happens. This x will cancel one of these x's. So I have what? 5x. So that 5x will go right here. So right after I put that, I know I then have to times this by each one of these. So 5x times x is 5x squared. And then 5x times 3 is 15x. And now, I always want the first one to cancel. So, for them to cancel, one of them, or one has to be a plus and one has to be a minus. In this case, they're both minus, or they're both plus. So I can make this a minus. But whatever I do here, I'm going to have to do the same thing for this one also. So now, the reason why I did this is actually going to happen, right? Because 5 minus 5 is 0, so this will cancel. So now I have 22 minus 15. And 22 minus 15 is 7. So I have my 7x. I bring down this side right here, plus 23. And then I repeat the same process. I take the first one here and then divide by the first one here. So 7x divided by x. My answer is what? X and x will cancel. So I have just 7 as my answer. Positive 7. So I come here and then I put my plus 7. Okay? And then I take this and multiply by each one of these. 7 times x is 7x. 7 times 3 is 21. So I put my positive 21. I always want the first one to cancel. They're both positive. So I have to make one negative. So I make this a negative. But what if I do here? I have to do the same thing right here. So I minus here also. So now 7x minus 7x. That will cancel. 23 minus 21 is 2. And now I can't go no more. So I stop right here. And always this right here is my remainder. So that means my remainder is 2. And always what I have right here is my quotient. So that means my quotient, I'm going to have to put this, right? 5x plus 7. Alright, this ain't too bad. I just got to remember how to do this. Alright, let me do the next one. That way I'll be able to really remember how to do this right here. Again, I have to check this. This is x squared, and then it move on to just x. It move on to just a number. So everything is in the right order. So now I'm just going to go ahead and use the long division. Long division, always the second one right here comes out. So I have my 2x plus 7. The first one always goes inside. So I have my 6x squared plus 31x and then plus 35. And then I'm just going to have to do the same thing that I do right here. So I always do this. Whatever the first one is, divided by the first one here. So I have my 6x squared divided by my 2x. 6 divided by 2 is 3. X squared divided by x, I have my x. So the answer is what? 3x. And this, I know I have to then put it right here. And once I put anything here, I take that and times by each one of these. So 3x times 2x is what? 6x squared. 3x times 7 is 21x. I always want the first one to cancel. So I'm going to do, in this case, do the opposite right here. And then whatever I do here, I know I have to do the same thing right here. So I minus right here. This will cancel. So I have 31 minus 21, which is 10x. And then plus my 35. Because always when I'm done here, I bring what I have on the right side, just bring it down. So I have this, and I repeat the same process again, first to first. So, but this comes first. So 10x divided by 2x. The x cancels. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So that 5 is positive 5. So I put it right here, plus 5. And then I take that 5 and then multiply by each one of these, one at a time. So 5 times 2x is 10x. And then 5 times 7 is positive 35. And again, I always want the first one to cancel. They are the same sign. I'm going to have to subtract. And then whatever I do here, I do the same thing right here, right? This cancels out. I have 35 minus 35, which is 35 minus 35. That is 0. And I can't go no more. I stop right there. And always, this right here is my remainder. So that means my remainder, I have to put that 0. And the quotient is always what I have right here. So that means I got to put the 3x plus 5 as my quotient. And that's it. Let me try one more so I can make sure I really got this. Okay. Wow, this I'm gonna have to do this. Okay, so again, I'm doing the long division. I check they are in the right order. X squared, x number. The second one always comes out. X plus 4. The first one goes inside. Alright, so I got 2x squared plus 2x minus 21. And then I always do first to first. But what I have inside divided by the outside, right? So I got 2x squared divided by x. This one of the x will cancel one of these, so I have 2x. I put that right here, and then I take that and multiply by each one of these. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 4 is 8x. I do that, and I always want the first one to cancel. So in this case, I'm going to have to minus, and whatever I do here, I do the same thing right here. This will cancel out. So now I have 2 minus 8, which is a negative 6x. And then I bring this down, minus 21. I repeat the same process. This comes first, negative 6x divided by this first one right here, x. So x and x will cancel. So I have negative 6 left. And that negative 6, I'm going to have to put right here. And then I multiply negative 6 times x is negative 6x. And then negative 6 times 4 is negative 24. I want this to cancel. They're both negative. So I'm going to have to do what? Subtract. So that this will turn positive. And then I'll have negative, positive. I always cancel. But whatever I do here, I can do the same thing right here. So now these two will cancel. So I have negative 21 minus negative 24. So I got negative 21 minus negative 24. And that is a 3. And always I know this is my remainder. And what I have here is my quotient. So remainder is a 3, right? And my quotient is that 2x minus 6. And that's it.
Please don't forget to subscribe, tap the bell to be notified for new videos, and share.